Hello, hello. It is me, Murphy Glider. I wasn't expecting to make a video like this again for at least another few months, but while I was filming the video for something else, that was kind of Twister related, it was just going to be another tutorial on like how to visually identify storms and stuff. I ended up accidentally getting caught up into a massive tornado that like tore through the neighborhood of Hazleton. So that's why I'm making this. This was originally going to just be like a little thing here. You can see the cape there and everything. Again, since it was, I think it was like 2200, I think it just said. So some people are like, oh man, I'm gonna leave because the cape is too low. And whenever it comes to people like that, here's one thing that I always primarily say. Cape is not everything. There's a reason why there is other numbers in the chart. But anyways, you can see the tornado here. I was going to talk about in the tutorial various different parts of the tornado, like the rain wrap, which is that kind of grayish thing, the mesocyclone, and then the debris and stuff, and then the funnel and all that. But what ended up happening was we had this kind of, at first it was a little tornado. Even I was kind of underestimating it. So I was like, I'm just going to, use a Dominator 1 here to get some close-up shots on it. Just because it would look nice. Yeah, this is when I forgot to turn off my convoy invites, so I'll get used to that for like 20 seconds on the screen, but you can see people are scrambling, get their probes down and stuff. And I always love seeing stuff like this, because they, to be honest, they're probably like the nicest shots. You know, having people quickly, jump out of their vehicles, throw a probe down, and then, drive away. You can see there we had a... I believe that is a Vortex... no. Is it called Vortex 2? Yeah, Vortex 2. We have actually two, speaking of two, two Vortex 2 trucks. We just kind of have like a little sedan with a mess in it. And then we have the SUV with the mess in it. And I think there was a Dominator 3 down there as well. But you can see that the tornado started going more upwards. So I was like, okay. With me being an idiot, I didn't check the radar. I was like, okay. This is probably still fairly weak. I'll just get a nice little shot of the inside of it. Just a simple one. Just a simple one. So I start getting closer here. I really should have looked at the radar. But I haven't touched this game at all this year, so that's why. I'm driving up here. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pull off right here, and then I'm just gonna pop down. I wasn't thinking much. I was like, I'm not gonna, directly impact it, but I'm gonna get some pretty cool shots of all the interceptors driving by and stuff, which I did get here. There's the SUVs and the other one. I was like, this is gonna be pretty simple. Just stay the parameters, and then I finally started checking the HUD again. And I wasn't checking the chat at first, but they were all freaking out. Yeah, they were all freaking out. And I looked at Mezzan, I'm like, holy moly, this thing is this thing is out of the parameters for this. I grossly underestimated it. Yeah, and then I'm like, oh no. This is when you start regretting, and I tried to reset my character so I'd die faster, but then it just spawned me inside the tornado again for some reason. And I was like, oh goodness. Like, I wanted to reset to, go to a safer spot quicker and drive back, not spawn back into it, so I reset it again. It finally spawned me, I think in ROM, I think. I was gonna get them on the US server, I was like, no, I'm gonna use the Dodge Charger there. You can see I fumbled into it, because sometimes vehicles just refuse to move when you enter them. So I start speeding back. If you see me ever driving a Dodge Charger, it's because of a scenario like this where I need to get back immediately. That's the only time I use them. Anyway, you can see there. And I try to get a drone in there. And this is when I could really feel the wind field of it. Because the wind in Twisted is very, at least it feels accurate. I don't know. Again, I've never tried to fly a drone into a tornado, but it at least feels realistic enough because you actually feel like the circular air motion. Like, all I'm doing right now is just holding S. And you can see I'm drifting to the right and stuff because of that circular rotation of the wind, which is really interesting. You can see it kind of starting to tear up everything here. And again, I think this is a perfect example of Cape not being everything. Because this thing, I'm not sure what the final wind speed was, I didn't check, but it was obviously over 150 because my little Dominator went flying. So it's very powerful. It's pretty deadly. I wish I recorded the audio with this because I forgot to record the audio on it. But I think the warnings and stuff were talking about how it was a dangerous situation, I think. You can see. My drone got sucked into it, which was really interesting to see. Cause I fly by house there. I was like, well, there goes the drone. And at this point, there's people spamming A in chat with all caps, which usually means that shit is going down. Oh yeah, if you ever see that little, like, rectangle flash, like the yellow outlined flash of the video, I don't know if that's going to come out in the actual recording, but if you ever see that, that's just me taking screenshots that you'll probably see at the end of the video. So just don't worry about that, but I start getting the Dominator here. It's like, alright, it's time to get closer to it. You can see the kind of SUV there hesitating, as it should. Start creeping towards it. And for some reason, I decided to try to, like, get a shot from over here. Which didn't work, by the way, because all I got was just a building jump scare. I was like, well, I guess I'll try to use the other road. You see here that there's another one forming down there. I think that south one ended up just dying pretty quickly. It wasn't like this, where it somehow had a perfect, like, touchdown and all that, but you can see I drive right under a, you know, kind of stooped power line there. Drooped. Is it stooped or drooped? Yeah, the power poles there. The traffic lights. And this is where I kind of took a lot of photos. You can tell them just kind of standing there sometimes, yeah. Yeah, at this point I went just from like a little recreational tutorial video to just kind of like a full-blown chase again. Which I didn't really want to do since I wasn't in the mood for that, but I was like, well, I might as well. Yeah, so start taking a lot of debris shots. I'm trying to dodge all the debris here. You can see that the hail is kind of starting to come up here. And then, yeah, you can see the southern tornado there. I was like, that's a nice shot. I did take a screenshot of that lightning there. Which I did a little compilation at the end of the video, but yeah, it was a lot of damage. Now, what blew my mind away here is, you see a house there? And the only way you can tell that was a two-story house was the stairs. Only the first flight of stairs. It goes up to the second level being left, which is pretty crazy. And then, yeah, I started going to the southern one, which again died out, but I didn't really realize that, so kind of just enjoy the ending time lapses here. And, yeah. And the screenshots, but yep, so that was that. Again, you can see how it went from a tiny little tornado to that thing, so again, you can never be sure. Some people think that every tornado functions the exact same, and they get very frustrated when, like, it goes back up and stuff, like this one did, but when it went back down, boom, it was powerful. Whenever I see one like that go up and it's still spinning, I'm usually anticipating a kind of insane tornado. Anyways, I am over talking here, so I need to end this video quickly. Don't expect videos like this often, and yeah, bye bye.